Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Give me Leviticus. Let's touch that real quick. Leviticus 23. Let's read about why we're here.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 34. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein.
That's what tonight is. Everybody's with me? We're going into the Feast of Tabernacles now. Go ahead. Y'all captains could chime in, whenever officers, all that. Read.
7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Now we're not doing that anymore. Why? Because Christ was the final sacrifice. Okay? But all of the rest of the commandments we keep. Okay? That's why it tells you that in, was it Hebrews 10? Right? He said that no more, the sacrifices has been done away with. Go ahead.
7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
You shall do no work for hire. That's what servile work means. No work for hire. Go ahead.
These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, a sacrifice, and a drink offerings, everything upon his day.
Go ahead.
Besides the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your freewill offerings, which ye give unto the Lord. Also, in the 15th day of this 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
Read.
And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of the goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of the thick trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generation.
It shall be a statute forever in your generation. That's the reason why it's not done away with. That's the reason you got some of these so-called elders trying to get rid of what the Bible just said. Go ahead.
It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month.
You shall celebrate it in the 7th month. That's the month we're in now. Go ahead.
Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days.
Ye shall dwell in booths. That's why we have the tents. That's the reason why, because we're keeping this commandment here. We shall dwell in the booths, the tents that we have. Gad used to do it when it was called a teepee. Same thing. Read.
Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days, all that are Israelites born.
You're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and the nations hate the fact that you're the Israelites. The Most High is going to do a powerful deliverance and deliver us from the hand of our enemies, just like he says in his Bible. Is that it on that?
A little bit more.
Go ahead.
All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths.
Shall dwell in booths. Shall dwell in booths. So that's where we're at now. That's where we're at now. You have some scriptures there, Captain. You want to bring them out? Oh, yeah, that is. Okay, read.
Verse 43. That your generations may know.
I'm sorry. You're right. Read.
That your generations may know.
That your generations may know.
That I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt.
So that's what's happening again. Okay? So there's chapters of the Bible that go along with this. Like Zechariah, the 13th chapter, talks about the same time period here. Ezekiel, the 20th chapter, talks about the same time period here. Okay, just to name a couple of them. So when we come out, all that order is going to be set all over again. When we came out of ancient Egypt, you had rebellion among you had rebellion from some of the people that got roguish and wanted to overthrow Moses. And the Most High had them killed off. So we're going to see things like this as we move on. But it is our righteousness in our mind to not be swayed by anything. Keep your mind on the scriptures. That's what you got to do. I can tell you some stories. Like I said, some of the brothers that are sitting here, I was telling them some of the stories that I went through, and we had to be, me, Bishop Nathaniel, some of the rest of us, we went through some stuff, brothers. We went through some stuff. So we ain't standing before you talking gibberish. We're talking about what we've seen and what we've been through. And there's a lot more to learn. So we put all our faith and trust in the Most High, that He continue to give us the wisdom to be able to guide His heritage. Because I make the point all the time that y'all are precious to the Most High. And if we mishandle you wrong, we're in trouble. If we deal with you wrongly, we are in serious trouble. I don't want that. I don't want that responsibility. I don't want that payment on my head because I dealt with the body wrong. I'm scared of that judgment. Terrified of it. Don't want it. Because there's nothing more special. I'm no more special than any one of you. The little baby that just came here is just as special to the Most High as I am. Go ahead. Bring it up.
Hey, officer, give me, go on to Hebrews chapter 10. And start at 22.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 22.
Because I want to, let it be known, and like Dick said, we hadn't been together in a while, and here we are keeping another feast with the Lord, and many things has happened, and we've been separated for a while, couldn't come and congregate, but I want him to read this precept. Read that.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 22. Let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith.
Right, because over a period of time since March, many of you had to keep the new moon at your houses all by yourself. You was there, you didn't have nobody, you broke the bread, you followed online, you still had to continue to do it. It was rough. We were separated from the congregation. Many people fell off. But look at the spirit that's here. Many of y'all still holding on.
How many of y'all saluted the TV when the brother stood up and said, like when we get up and we say, the Most High Christ bless, and we salute? Huh? Because that's that connection. I find myself salute the TV. Like we say, turn and face the sisters, and after my wife knows I turn and face up. But with the brothers, I had to salute the TV. But y'all dig what I'm saying, right? Some of them would call it, damn, it looks silly as hell. But that connection is still there. Y'all dig what I'm saying, right? All right.
They continue on to hold on to that thing. Read on off the radio.
Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith.
Because then, during those times and months, new moon come and new moon leave, many of them was tested. Our faith was tested. Like when are we going to be able to come back and do it to saints? But you had to continue to hold fast in your confession. You still had to worship the Most High in spirit and in truth. You still had to keep what He ordained us to keep. Read on.
Let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from the evil conscience
of this world. Many of them didn't go back. Y'all held on. You didn't go back and tell me, I'm going to go to Mom in church. I'm going to go to Wednesday night prayer. No, you kept the faith. You was diligent in being faithful to the Most High. Read on.
And our bodies washed with pure water.
Because we know the understanding how we're supposed to walk as Israelites. Read on.
Let us hold fast the profession of our faith.
And that's what you all did. We all did that. We held on to the profession of our faith. We knew that we were repentant Israelites. We knew that we had to keep the Sabbath. Yet they put things in place. The government came and told us that we couldn't come together and worship together, but yet we still kept our homes. We kept our houses right. We kept our children repenting. We've done those first few things before the Lord. Read on.
Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering.
That was a test. Many of us, that was a trial. That was affliction. Some of us don't have nobody. Some of us just by ourselves, maybe with our daughter or with a son. But yet you all held on. And you held on. You couldn't come to the bar. We couldn't come together. And sometimes we need that weekly Sabbath where we can go and we can get built up. Good to see you, brother. And the sister say, sister's good to see you. Because they know they're going through trials and tests on their own. But now it went to weeks and months you couldn't even see nobody. You couldn't even deal with the body. And that's why it's important that we reach out and we talk and fellowship and be on the phone, talking one to another, building one another up in our most holy faith. Read on, Officer Ray.
For he is faithful that promise.
If God is going to keep you, you continue to be faithful. You continue to show forth that fear. Hold on to your testimony. Hold on to the confession of your faith. You're going to endure this. We're going to endure COVID-19. We're going to endure many afflictions that came this year. That's what getting the kingdom is about. It's about enduring. Read on.
And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works.
And that's what we should be doing, building one another up. Asking the brother, how you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? Checking on them, seeing if they are okay. Seeing if they need anything. Just want you need to go through some scripture. You need to be anything that you need. What's going on in the home? Are y'all all right? Ask real questions. You know, people can say they're doing all right, might not be no food in the refrigerator. You have to continue to help build them up. Be there one for another. Because he said, when you've done it the least of them, you've done it unto me. Is that all that offer?
No, sir. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is.
Like some of them do, they broke off and said they still the truth, like y'all was bringing out. Read on.
But exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
And you know good well as we continue to do these good works, we know we laying a foundation. We know we're building up ourselves in most holy faith for that great day that's going to come for our deliverance. That's all I got.
I don't want to cut you off that last, but read that last part again.
Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Watch this.
As the manner of some is.
As the manner of some do forsake the assembly. Go ahead.
But exhorting one another.
Our job is to exhort one another. We couldn't physically come together at points, but there's times when we have to get on the phone and call the brother up, call the sister up. See how they doing. See how this one is doing. See how that family is doing. This family is in need. That brother's in need. Read that statement again.
But exhorting one another, and so much the more, and
exhorting one another, and so much the more, meaning beyond just dealing with the brother, dealing with the sister, exhorting them. But what did it say? But so much the more what?
And so much the more, as ye see the day approaching.
As we see the day approaching. So if I know that the day is approaching, the better way that we're going to benefit from that day is for me to continue to exhort the little brother, which you might call the little brother. Like I said, all of us are getting a penny in the kingdom. My job is to exhort you, because if I exhort you, I'm helping myself. If I'm lifting up my little brother who might just had some hardship, might just went through this, went through that, and if I could be a comfort to that brother, if I could be a comfort to that sister, that's the deal. Why would I leave my people in affliction? No. I want us all to get out of here in one piece. That's what we want. That's why we work the way we work. That's the reason why we stay up all kinds of hours and this and that and the other. And I ain't doing no great. Somebody asked me the other day, he said, do you ever feel overwhelmed? Somebody asked me that a couple of days ago. Sometimes do you feel overwhelmed with the many responsibilities and the stuff that you have to deal with? My answer to him was no. Because I am nowhere near the level of work that Christ went through. Christ took on the afflictions of all of us, and he did no evil. He went through hell for our sakes. I can't put that on. wicked as everybody else. I made the point that none of us are supposed to be getting the kingdom. None of us. Once we broke that first covenant, we were all condemned. So whatever I do, the same thing as these brothers do, same thing as sisters working in the body, it is what is known as our reasonable service. If I'm, when my clock ends, let it end me working in the vineyard. Then it was all worth it. If my life's gonna go, let it go while I'm working in the vineyard. Then that means the Lord said, okay, that's it. Your part is done. There's never too much work. I know we got to take care of ourselves. A lot of brothers, they make the point. They say, you got to get some rest, this and that. So I understand that. But that's what all of us do. But our job is to exhort each other. To keep each other, keep us in the faith, keep us exhorted. Because we see the day approaching. And every day, every minute that passes by, we're getting closer and closer to deliverance. Every second that passes by, we're getting closer and closer to deliverance. And just watch the news. Just watch the prophecies. Just watch, and you see. Look at the people's reaction. Look at the people's reaction when they see Israel waking up, trying to shut down the truth. Now you got Trump talking about some he want to get rid of 1619 because he's afraid that people are going to start to read the Bible and realize, wait a minute, we must be the Israelites because the Bible's talking about us. They want to just get rid of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. That's what they really want to do. They want to get rid of that identifying passage. They want to get rid of that. They want to get rid of it so bad they try to exhort the NIV version of Deuteronomy 28. How many of y'all seen that? Ain't that crazy? That verse makes absolutely no sense. And they try to push that to you. That means we are, if you're going to do that and try to make the effort to push it towards us, we must be the Jews. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. If we were not the Israelites, then what is the problem? If we're not the people of God, why would you go through this length to try to make us believe that we're not the people of God? Y'all get what I'm saying? If we are not the Israelites, if we are not the people that God is going to send his angels to kill our enemies and take us out of here, if we are not the people, what is there to fear? Oh, they want to call themselves Jews, Harvey? Let them call themselves Jews. They're not Jews anyway. We ain't worried about it. But they said, no, they are Jews. And we got a big problem if they find that out. Now they lying. And how that verse go? How that NIV thing go? How many of y'all have not seen it, what I'm talking about? How many of y'all don't know what I'm talking about? In the NIV, King James, I saw a few hands. In the NIV, what's called the New International Version of the Bible. You get to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the 68th verse. Somebody got it? Can you read it for me? Pull it up. Listen to this here. Watch this. Since we ain't the Jews. Y'all got it there here, right? Pull it up. You got it, Captain? Deuteronomy 28. You got it? Listen to this here. I got to give this to you. Show that you are special people, man. And if I know that means I have to treat every last one of you with that kind of honor and respect.
All right, got it.
Read it. Listen to this one. Watch this.
The New International Version. The Lord will send you back in ships to Egypt on a journey I said you should never make again. There you will offer yourselves for sale to your enemies as male and female slaves, but no one will buy you. They went to try to break that down and say that you will offer yourselves as slaves and nobody will buy you. They did that to try to take you out of what Deuteronomy, the actual verse, say. Because, listen to this here. How in the world can you say you will offer yourselves as, what person
person will offer themselves in slavery? Who would do that? Nobody. And you shall offer yourself, and nobody will buy you. Please buy me. Please buy me, please.
Not only that, it's talking about the whole nation.
Right. The whole nation.
The whole nation offered themselves up. That makes no sense.
Now, give me the other one. Give me the real one. Just listen to this. I'm going to make this, then we're going to close it up.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. King James.
Since we're not the Jews. Listen to this here.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Stop. If you are sold, that means there was a buyer. If you were sold, that means a purchase has been made. So when you talk about nobody will buy you, you're going to offer yourself, totally wrong. So after a brother reads it, because many of our people came to the truth by reading that. They said that's the identifying information right there. I'm the Israelite. They said we have to change that. Give them lies. If we're not the Israelites, why even bother? Because we are the Israelites. And look how frantic our enemies are, because they're scared to death that the Lord is coming back for the people that you've deemed as nobodies. So we got great days ahead of us. Outside of what I was talking about earlier, the Most High is getting ready to raise Israel up. And a lot of things is happening now, but the Most High is going to make it more and more pronounced. You're getting ready to see exactly how beautiful and how special you are to the Most High. It ain't just words in a book. All right, what do we got?
So with the show of hands, we see faces that we come across faces that we haven't seen before. So I just want to ask, with the show of hands, how many of y'all is your first Feast of Tabernacles? Raise your hand. All praise. Let's give them a hand. All praise to the Most High. Give me Zechariah 14 and verse 16. And just there again, so y'all know, listen, we rehearsing the righteous acts. Do you see them so-called, like you said, if we ain't the real Jews, then who is? You know, where they at? Are they keeping the Feast of Tabernacles right now? I can't hear y'all. Are they keeping the Feast of Tabernacles? No, the real Jews, we're keeping the Feast of Tabernacles. We're rehearsing the righteous acts. Am I right? It's a beautiful thing. I'm glad to be keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, and rehearsing these righteous acts. And you should be too, especially those is your first time. I would break my neck to try to get there. Even if it wasn't for just one day to set up a tent to keep God's law, statutes, commandments. It means a lot. Okay? It means a lot. Go ahead and read that.
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 16. And it shall come to pass.
And as y'all hear, as you just heard, it's in the Bible. It shall come to pass that what? Read on.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem.
That came against the Israelites. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We are those people that make up Jerusalem, okay? Am I right? Read on.
Shall even go up from year to year to worship the King and the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
To keep the what?
The Feast of Tabernacles.
Keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Y'all already, we getting a head start on it right now. Because it was a time, I think, in New York, y'all first started.
The Bible talks about the water is rising. Like I said, we've been through many trials. I'm coming, me, Bishop Nathaniel, a couple other brothers, we come out of the old school. We were not keeping the Feast of Tabernacles the way we're doing it here. We didn't. That started with Bishop. Because the Most High had him to go and get deeper into the Bible and really started studying because of what had happened before. We said, you know what, we need to study this Bible again. and get the more understanding of it. Okay? Get like the fringes. We were just wearing fringes on our garments. Then we were not wearing it on our regular clothing. The Bible said on all your garments. That understanding had to come out. We weren't doing that in the old school. But the waters wasn't at the levels where they at now. That's what trials and patience, experience, all that stuff teaches you. That's it. Go ahead, Captain.
Let's read on.
Verse 17. And it shall be that whoso will not come of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain.
So there wouldn't be no blessings. There wouldn't be no rain. The Most High wasn't going to open up the heavens to even like what y'all see now, the rain coming down, coming forth.
Be like California.
Right. That's exactly right. So their cattle would die. All their livestock would pass away because they couldn't have nothing to drink. Their gardens and their fruits, their vegetables, none of those things would be able to even grow or manifest. Am I right? You understand that? See, we've been taught no rain or open up the windows of heaven. You think you're talking about some money. No, get out of that Christian mentality. That's what we've been jacked up at. Even the Christianity, they're not doing what we're doing right now. So I just want to encourage y'all what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're the first fruits of partaking of what's being manifested scripturally right here. You are. That's a beautiful thing to see that and to be a part of that. So don't take it lightly. There's 3 times a year that we're supposed to appear before the Most High God. Even as Captain McCarr was bringing out that, we as men, we have to make sure our house in order. Because it started out telling all the males, 3 times a year, they're all males. Am I right, Cap? We're supposed to appear before the Most High God 3 times a year. Who can tell me those 3 times in the year that we were supposed to appear? My brother right here. You just stand up, just blurt it out loud. I know you got a mic.
Pentecost, Passover, Tabernacles.
Pentecost, Passover, and Tabernacles. That's exactly right. Pentecost, Passover, and Tabernacles. And Lord's willing, I know we didn't get to come together, but maybe the opening for the Passover, okay, being at the COVID-19, but it's all good. Y'all see the work, the hands of the Most High God, what he's doing throughout the land to our enemies. And at the same time, he getting our spirits right, getting our minds right. And enduring through these times of trials and tribulation. And we ain't stopping, we ain't give up yet, have we? Are we still holding the line?
Yes, sir.
That's exactly right. All praise to the Most High. You read on, get ready to finish up.
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague, wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles.
Mm-hmm.
This shall be the punishment of Egypt, and the punishment of all nations.
The punishment of who?
All nations
that
come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles.
So, there's going to come a time, and y'all just heard it, shall come to pass, where all the other nations will have to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. How do you think they're going to learn these things? Who's going to be the example that they see these things? We know Christ's going to teach us and correct it. We may not be doing everything perfectly right now, but we are rehearsing the righteous acts. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And we come into that perfection. Just like y'all see, each year, the Tabernacles, we get better and better at what we're doing. Am I right? We get more and more what Deep was bringing out from the beginning. We become more and more organized, or order, the discipline. Okay, we know what it takes. Come next year, we're going to know, okay, it's going to take this, it's going to take that, okay, to make things even more better as we progress. And especially when Christ comes and teach us and guide us, it's going to be a beautiful thing. And all the nations, not some of them, all the nations, those that remain, they're still here on the earth, because there's going to be some, a lot of them going to be put to death for what they've done to us as the children of Israel. All right? So, if anybody got anything else, that's all I got.
Yeah. Give me Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 14.
Book of Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 14.
Deacon just told y'all a little while ago that back in the old school, they were not doing tabernacles. So Watch this, what happened during the time of Nehemiah.
Nehemiah 8 and 14. And they found written in the law, which the Lord had commanded by Moses, that the children of Israel shall dwell in booths in the feast of the in the feast of the 7th month.
In the feast of what?
The 7th month.
The 7th month. Read on.
And that they should publish and proclaim in all their cities and in Jerusalem, saying, Go forth unto the mount, and fetch olive branches, and pine branches, and myrtle branches, and palm branches, and branches of fig trees to make booths, as it is written.
Right, so you read about the same thing in Leviticus, about the branches, the boughs, and so forth. Okay? Like Deacon mentioned, teepees, like Gad used to do, right? Read on.
So the people went forth, and brought them, and made themselves booths, every one upon the roof of his house, and in their courts, and in the courts of the house of God, and in the street of the water gate, and in the street of the gate of Ephraim. And all the congregation of them that will come again out of the captivity.
Out of captivity. Okay, they came out of captivity and did what?
And all the congregation of them that will come again out of the captivity made booths, and sat under the booths. For since the days of Jeshua, the son of Nun, unto that day, had not the children of Israel done so.
You see that? So this, right, that's the point. This had to be restored unto us. Same thing in this time. Okay? From the 1600s up until the time where Bishop, like he read 14 again?
This was the scripture that he read, and in IUIC, he read this and said, this is we got to do this again.
Right, all praise.
We were not doing that in the old. I'm telling you, I was there. We did not do this.
Verse 14. And they found written in the law.
You see, it says they found written. Okay, they found it. It was discovered. Okay, because we lost that tradition. We lost the custom. Go back to 17.
Verse 17.
Well, read the bottom of it. Well, you can read over it. 17.
Verse 17. And all the congregation of them that were come again out of the captivity made booths, and sat under the booths. For since the days of Jeshua, the son of Nun, unto that day, had not the children of Israel done so. And there was a very great gladness.
You see that? A very great gladness. Why? Remember in Baruch it says, can you find that? The things that are made known unto us, that thing, you know what I'm talking about? I think it's 3.
Four.
4?
Yeah, 4 and 4.
Yeah,
Baruch chapter 4 and verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
you see that? That's why they rejoice. Because of the things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. Okay. Read on. Go back to Nehemiah.
Nehemiah chapter 8 verse 17. And all the congregation of them that will come again out of the captivity made booths, and sat under the booths. For since the days of Jeshua, the son of Nun, unto that day, had not the children of Israel done so. And there was very great gladness. Also,
Right, because these things connect us back to the Father, back to our ancestors and so forth. 18.
also day by day, from the first day until the last day, he read in the book of the law of God.
Same thing we're doing now. Read on.
And he kept the feast 7 days. And on the 8th day was a solemn assembly, according unto the manner.
So, how many days is the Feast of Dedication? Let me get somebody who said it was that first year, first time here. Brothers. All right, right here. How many days is dedication? I mean, Tabernacles.
7 days.
Says 7. What do you say?
8 days.
8 days. Yeah. Now it says 7, but then it says 8. Read that again.
Also day by day, from the first day unto the last day, he read in the book of the law of God. And they kept the feast 7 days. And on the 8th day was a solemn assembly.
That means the 8th day is a Sabbath. So it's an 8-day feast. The first day is a Sabbath beginning tonight. Okay, this is Wednesday, right? Wednesday? Yeah. So tonight, and then the last day, which is going to be next Wednesday at sundown, that's also a Sabbath. That's what makes it 8 days. All right? Now, 1 Kings 8, real quick. Go ahead, D.
Read verse 8 for a second so you can understand how this information came out. Read verse 8. Right?
Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 8. So they read in the book in the law of God distinctly, and gave the sense, and caused them to understand the reading.
Caused them to understand the reading. That's the reason why I was saying that when we came out of the old school, we had to read the Bible again. And that's what we have to keep doing. That's the reason why Bishop always tells us to read your 4 chapters a day. That's being weaned from the milk in Peter's. That's what that's talking about. Drawn from the breast, the Bible. We got to be in it.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.